Hey, look, it's an update for TF2. It's the heckin' summer update. Oh, very exciting news. Very exciting. Okay, did they bring back Quick Play? No? It's not a real fucking update then. At the end of the last video that I made a little prediction about what I thought the summer update was going to be. So this was about 2 weeks ago. Here's what I said. In the next 2 weeks, we're going to get the summer update of 2025 for TF2. And what's going to happen is we're going to get a couple dozen shitty hats. We're going to get some maps that suck ass. We're probably not going to get the mob stuff. Hopefully, not getting it the casual. Let's hope. Hey, who is this guy? This guy's fucking smart. He predicted this fucking 2 weeks ago. He knew what was going to happen. I mean, goddamn. I mean, that's a pretty good prediction. He was in the ballpark. Let's put it that way. Hey, good job, mate. Fucking genius you are. Now, of course, it wasn't that difficult to predict this. You know, we've had summer updates with the same MO for the past few years by this point. You know what's going to happen before it even happens. And what happens is nothing substantial. And, it doesn't take a fucking genius to figure it out that this year is going to be the exact same as it's been the last few years. Nothing substantial. And, some of the few things that I've said, what would constitute a substantial update for Team Fortress 2? Hey, technically, you could say there have been substantial contributions in this update from Valve. I said a real update would have balance changes, and hey, they did add in balance changes for versus Saxton Hale specifically. So, technically, this is a big update. They changed the Saxton Hale, like punch strength. At this point, they're terrified of touching the balancing for the actual game. But hey, technically, we got balance changes. Versus Saxton Hale, bros, we fucking won. Hey, I said there should be meaningful improvements, into casual. If you're not going to bring back quick play, at least improve casual in a substantial way. And hey, they shortened the map vote at the end of the games in casual from 30 seconds to 15. Oh, fucking big change over here, guys. And yes, that is the only thing they've done to improve casual. Well, listen, hey, better something than nothing, huh? Listen, at this pace, if we get these types of improvements to casual, I think in the next 25 years, we could actually see casual be in a playable state. It's somewhat comparable to quick play. So, just hang in there tight, guys. The quick play dream ain't dead. Just 25 more years, and we could actually play the game on Valve servers like we did, before they ruined the game for no fucking reason. Just a couple decades, and we'll be good. But, of course, the main part of this update, as I've predicted, as, of course, anyone could have predicted, the most substantial part of the summer update of 2025 is that they added in 24 hats, they added in some fucking taunts, they added in keys and crates for dumbasses to waste their money on, and of course the slop tubers are getting ready to release their fucking unboxing videos, and a bunch of morons are getting ready to gamble with keys and crates, and like they do every fucking year, every fucking summer. And me being the schizo chud cell piss baby that I am, I'm gonna take the contrarian route. And instead of telling you that, let's gamble everything, let's waste our money on useless keys and crates, and let's get these shitty hats, and let's gamble for shitty unusuals, and that's what a TF2 update should be. I'm going to say that is not what a TF2 update should be. That is, you should not be interested in that at all. And today I would like to tell you that you should do the opposite of that, and you should completely opt out of this gay cosmetic nonsense, and you should stop buying into hats completely. And you should at least look into the opportunity of not adding new hats to your inventory, but removing hats from the game Team Fortress 2 completely. And let me tell you, it's actually very easy to do this. So there's this mod out there. It's called nohatsmod. And when you install it, what do you know? There's no more fucking hats. Like, who could believe it? Who would have thunk that something like this is possible? But hey, it is. And I wholeheartedly recommend that you check this thing out, install it, and try it out for yourself. Reason number one, before anything else, is of course, hats give you no tactical advantage whatsoever. There's no reason for you to have them, and in fact, they're a net negative. They're a waste of money. They're useless. They're a distraction. They don't add in anything substantial, and you're just wasting your money on nothing. Why would you care? When you have no hats mod, you don't care. You stop caring about all of this bullshit, and you stop having a reason to give Valve money, which you really shouldn't be doing, considering the fact that we still don't have quick play and casual is still a fucking dumpster fire, and you save some money too. Hey, it's good for everyone except Valve, which is good because they don't deserve good. They don't deserve money. They have too much to fucking begin with. As far as TF2 is concerned, they sure as shit should not be rewarded. And I know, of course, I'm releasing this video like a fucking day late. Like after the update dropped, they've already made like $1 billion. So who gives a shit? Well, listen. It's a personal choice. You'll be better off doing it. Trust me, you won't look back. Not only is nohatsmod fantastic, but the guy behind it, he's a certified, true Team Fortress 2 quick play patriot. He gives castaway.tf a shout out on his website. Castaway is, of course, the greatest community server for Team Fortress 2 that has ever been made, and you should fucking join it today. But, he gives us a shout out. It's only fair that I reciprocate. Manus manum labat. And, I've been using this mod for so long at this point. I don't know how long, like probably close to a year. And I've been enjoying it very much. And I should have made this video sooner, if anything. I can tell you the exact moment I decided to install nohatsmod. Because I've been seeing these ugly-ass, dysgenic-looking, disgusting motherfuckers with their horrible fucking loadouts for years. And, I just kind of dealt with it. I said, whatever. I didn't pay too much attention to it. Just kind of phased it out and kept playing the game as it is by default. Despite the ugly looking motherfuckers everywhere with their ugly motherfucking hats. But the second I had my first incident with the fucking green pyro, you know what I'm talking about. The second I had that incident where a fucking pyro on the enemy team was green, and I hesitated for like half a second before realizing, oh, wait, that's an enemy. That's when I decided, yeah, you know what? Fuck this bullshit. I'm done. And I installed that mod. And I'm really fucking glad that I did. I haven't looked back since. And the fact that we have actual confirmation from Eric fucking Smith that the green pyro is, in fact, that's not a bug, that's a feature. And no, we're not going to remove that. That looks perfect. That looks just as we want it to. That is the reason why I am never going to uninstall nohatsmod ever. As long as this thing is functional, I am going to use this, purely for gameplay reasons. Forget all this shit about the art style and, all the hats looking fucking retarded these days. No, that doesn't, that's not even on the top of the list. The number one priority is that this actually affects gameplay. These dog shit ass cosmetics have gone wild to such an extent. And we know for a fact, we have had confirmation that they're never going to get fixed. I'm not dealing with this shit. And thank God that nohatsmod exists. Thank God. I can actually, I can't be scammed. I can't have, a pay-to-win player, fuck me over with his bullshit fucking swindling. No nohatsmod exists. And my gameplay experience is better off for it. Not even counting the green pyro. Something as simple as removing all the unusuals from the game. That, I would say, remove some fucking pointless distractions. I could tell you for a fact that I've been sniping some ugly, unusual wearing motherfuckers sometimes, and I miss the shot because I get distracted by, the ugly-ass gaudy effect, and it makes me miss. It's just a pointless distraction, and hey, I don't have that anymore. And the third example is, I guess some people would consider this a con, gameplay-wise. You can't separate players, right? You can't tell who's who on the enemy team, for example. And, you could say that this is bad for you. Like, oh, you don't have the correct information. You don't know exactly who you're fighting against. But for me personally, I would say that this is actually a plus. I get a little rustled sometimes when I play TF2. I am very quick to develop grudges against certain players. And if I see a certain hat, I know I'm fighting against a certain player, and it's like a psyop is in my head telling me I have to get this motherfucker right now before I shoot anyone else. And I like fucking tunnel vision some people sometimes. Hey, I don't have that problem anymore. So you could say that this is a con. This is more of a personal thing, but for me, it's definitely a pro. The fact that I don't distinguish players by their hats means I treat everyone exactly the same, and that actually does make me play better, like legitimately. We could talk to death about the TF2 art style, and of course, some people already have. Some people do. People do this all the fucking time. Like we got to talk about the new hats for fucking 5 hours straight. Like, oh, this hat is fucking terrible. And it looks completely out of place and it doesn't belong in the game. And this and that. All I gotta say is, yeah. I mean, it's true. Like, the TF2 art style is dead. If you're taking a look at the fucking cosmetics, if you're taking a look at the hats that we have today, all of this bullshit, I mean, it's grim. And, all I'm saying is the art style is dead. It's gone and it's never coming back. And everybody knows this at this point. So, like, what's even the point of discussing this? You know? Like, oh, let's vote for the good items on the workshop so the good items come in and the shitty ones don't. Well, first of all, that's probably not going to work. Second of all, that's like, even if we get a good items from today, and like hats that actually make sense for the setting, you're not going to remove all the slop that's been added already. Like, that's never going to fucking happen. Hats are never going to get removed from the game, and that's a fact. So at this point, I think the wisest decision is to just completely opt out of the entire cosmetic bullshit system and just realize that you don't have to look at this shit. The TF2 art style can be preserved by a very simple installation of this mod. You install the nohatsmod, and what do you know? The art style is back to where it was in the beginning, and the game looks awesome, and it looks fine, and you don't have like fucking visual diarrhea every 2 seconds, and you could actually look at the game, and you could look at the players that you're fighting, or you could look at your teammates without being like fucking like eye raped. Hey, it's a very simple concept. No green pyros, no fucking Moon Man cosplays, no gay furries, and no gay ass lime scouts, just generally ugly looking motherfucking loadouts that you have to deal with. You just have the TF2 mercs in all their glory without being fucking, turned into some sort of like circus freak abomination. The best part about me using No Hats mod for this long, for however many months it's been, is that I legitimately don't even remember the dog shit terrible hats that this game has anymore. Like, I barely remember them. I remember the worst offenders, like the fucking furry hat, and the robot World of Warcraft pet, and the Moon Man cosplays. But other than that, there were dozens of other slop ass hats that I can't even remember. I don't even know how they look like anymore because I've been fucking isolated from them for so long. And really, like, this mod is just a fucking gift from the heavens. Then the best part is, if you're a middle ground person, if you're someone who's like, yeah, there's some hats in the game that I don't like, but there's also a lot that I do like. I don't want to go balls deep on this. I don't want to remove hats completely because I'm a hickin' piss baby. I love my cosmetics. Well, hey, no hats mod works for you too. Like, you can actually customize this mod, and you can choose which hats you personally want removed and which hats you want to stay. And you can do that. It's very customizable. And, you can do whatever you want with it. You can remove all the hats and you could go back to 2007 and raw dog it like it's the hatless update all over again. Or you can pick and choose whatever your specific desires are, whatever hats you think are cool, you can keep. And I really appreciate the fact that something like this is still possible. The fact that we can still customize this game to such an extent. Despite the fact that Valve is out there, adding all this slop into the game, we can remove it. And despite the fact that we live in the fucking dark ages of globo, hobo, corpo gaming, where money is everything and microtransactions are everywhere and everything is fucking turning into slop, the fact that we can still do this in Team Fortress 2 and we can customize our game to the extent to where we can remove shit that we don't like, despite the fact that Valve is making all this money from this, that they haven't like pulled the plug on this mod yet. We should be happy about that. Like we're lucky to have this option. Because TF2 is probably the only game where something like this is possible. I doubt you can fucking get a no skins mod in Counter Strike. Because that game is just one big fucking casino storefront where the skins are more important than the fucking game. I really doubt Valve would allow you to do that. I'm sure you can't go into Fortnite and get the no skins mod where you remove like fucking Peter Griffin from the fucking game. I'm sure you can't go into Call of Duty Modern Warfare 64 and remove Nicki Minaj from the game. There's no Nicki Minaj mod out there. But in TF2, we're still lucky enough to where we can have this option to modify our game to look the way we want it to. And, it's fantastic that this mod is still available and is something that we can use. I don't know, like maybe at some point Valve is going to pull the plug on this shit. I wouldn't be too surprised at this point, but as long as we have the opportunity to use this, 100% recommend using this. It is fantastic. Far as I'm concerned, looking at the state of hats and cosmetics for TF2, you can't fix the system, and the only winning move is to just not play. So yeah, basically these are my reasons for using nohatsmod. You got financial reasons, you got art style reasons, and of course, most importantly for me personally, gameplay reasons. I think this mod is very useful for all of these points. So I think I've showed this mod enough. See it for yourself, install it. It's very easy. I will, of course, link the website where you can find this mod in the description, in the comments. Go get it and use it. And to end this, I'd actually like to talk about the summer update a little bit more. There's some things I still need to mention. Like, I want to talk about the maps real quick, the shit that they added. Hey, I actually tried to give these new summer update maps a chance, Like, I can't just call them slop without trying them out, So I got to try them out. So that's what we did, on castaway.tf, which is the best TF2 server of all time, by the way. You should join it, completely unrelated. But, we tried playing these new summer maps on Castaway. And, like, the server almost fucking crashed. Like, I shit you not. It was, like, unplayable. Everybody was lagging out. Everybody was, like people were getting disconnected. It was, like, the Matrix. People are teleporting. I had, like, scouts. I had a blue scout when I was on the blue team, like, fucking, like, flamethrower me to death, like, 5 times. Like, that's what happened when I tried to play these shit new fucking maps. I don't know what the fuck happened here. But I think the sacred ground that is Castaway couldn't, like, hold it. We just couldn't handle the workload from all the, like, the hidden secret, like, furry pride, trans pride flags that are hidden, like, outside the map bounds. Like our server just couldn't handle it, and we were completely fucked. As soon as we switched to a normal map, like an actual TF2 map, like one of the good ones, Cold Front, immediately turned back to normal. Everybody was playing just fine. It was great. It was fantastic. It was beautiful. We were just fragging out and having a grand old time playing Team Fortress 2. But, like, just from my experience with these fucking summer maps, like, I literally couldn't play them. It was, I think it's a sign from God that I shouldn't play them. And they are, in fact, so shit that, it's better to, like, walk in the walls at spawn with, like, 800 ping than to actually go through the experience of playing them. That's all I know. But yeah, my opinion of the summer maps, of the summer update of 2025, is that they're so shit that the server actually broke when we tried to play them. So that's my review. And also, like the glimpses of what I actually could tell is that, of course, we're getting, like, the new age of TF2 maps is, you don't actually have to try to make a good map, right? Don't actually have to try to make something that's interesting or fun to play. Just put in, like, a pet mascot. Put in, like, an animal. for the Reddit Big Chunga's Wholesome 100 crowd to like fucking fawn over, and just from that, you could already say like your map is in the game, and it's gonna be fucking lauded, and everyone's gonna shit themselves. Oh my god, they put a bunch of rats into the map, and they sprayed the fucking graffiti of the rats like 20 times. Can you believe it, guys? Hey, guys, do you get the theme yet? Yeah, I get the theme. Your map sucks. Fuck you. The seal map and its consequences has been a disaster for the human race. That's all I could say at this point. Also, they added in this hug taunt. Now the mercs are out there hugging each other, which you might be saying, oh well, look, ain't nothing wrong with giving a homie some love. Ain't nothing wrong with a bro love hug, man. I shit, which is true. Sure, I agree. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but. At the beginning, there's nothing wrong with that. But the people making these, I'm certain they have an ulterior motive, an agenda behind it. This is the slippery slope. This is the beginning of that slope. And now we start with the hugging. Oh, there's nothing wrong with giving a homie some love with a hug. That's fine. Soon enough, we're gonna have a little kiss on the cheeks, and soon enough, we're gonna have a clap on the cheeks. Oh, nothing wrong with that. Just bros being bros. And before you know it, we're going to have like actual simulated VR chat, ERP, hardcore homo fucking in Team Fortress 2. Now, of course, you might be saying, oh, Gabber, you're being a little fucking dramatic right now. Oh, let's take it easy. What's wrong with you? Oh, listen, let me tell you something. If you told me in 2012 that at one point in time, at some point in time in the future, you're going to be able to put on a fucking furry hat in TF2, you're going to be like a pink gay furry, like back then I would have laughed at you. Said, what the fuck you talking about, man? What the fuck are you talking about? So, like I've already seen like inundated, that's not the word, innuendo. I've already seen simulated like fellatio with like the push-up taunt. You know what I'm talking about, like the push-up taunt, like the engineers doing the Rancho Relaxo and the fucking there's a heavy doing push-ups on. You know what I'm talking about. It's only a matter of time, man. It's only a matter of time before the fucking walls tumble down, and we're really gonna have some serious fucking degeneracy in this game. Like you think the game is degenerate now. Like you think you've been on the tiny kitty girl pound already. But believe me, there are horrors beyond your comprehension right around the corner. So, be excited for that. All I want to say is, I love the nohatsmod. It's fantastic. So, at this point, I'm just hoping somebody goes out there and makes a fucking no taunt mod, please. Because I want to be future proof. I want to be ready for the future that is coming. That is coming, literally. It's got to be a fucking... I don't need to see that shit, okay? No taunt mod, where you at? Please make that. So that's all I got for today. Go install that nohatsmod. Please do not give WoW to anybody for TF2 at least. No more. They don't deserve it. Not until Quick Play comes back. No keys, no taunts, no hats, no crates. None of that shit. Get that nohatsmod. And as always, join castaway.tf. Best TF2 server ever, baby. We got that Quick Play rule set. We got those reverts. Join today. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Good night. And one more thing, I forgot. I'm smoking that mobster pack. Rest in peace, you fat ass bozo ass nigga.